planner friends. I am back with a planner update. I'm so excited about this. I moved into the Erin Condren On The Go Folio system. It's almost been 2 months. It's been over 6 weeks now. I love it so much. I love it. I've been using a bullet journal for the past 2 years, and I loved the bullet journal system. It really, really worked for me in that period of time. But as I've said before, whenever I feel myself stepping, like not wanting to plan anymore, like not being drawn to my planner for more than a couple of days, I know something is up. So there was a few months at the beginning of the year where I just didn't want to turn to it. And I was like, I need something else. And then I remembered that I had been sent this bad boy back in the fall. This was PR, this cover, and some of the notebooks. And I was like, well, that might be something to try. But the thing that really got me to try it was they came out with the bullet journal style petite journal. So it's actually the doc grid with the index in the front and the numbered pages, but it's an Erin Condren notebook that fits into the system. You can use them separately too. You don't have to have a folio to use the journals, but it's nice to keep them all together. And that really sold me, because I was like, well, maybe I can make something where I'm back in a more traditional pre-printed planner. I'm using the daily petite planner, but also have the bullet journal system I love for more big picture things, my collections, if you're familiar with Bujo terminology. And I thought, well, heck, I'll give it a try. And I jumped in mid-April, and I haven't looked back. I have absolutely loved it. It has really, really, really worked for me. And I wanted to share a look with you. I've gotten so many questions about this. I love this so much. And I'm going whole hog with it. I'm actually going to be expanding my system a little bit in the next couple of weeks, I think, because it's really working for me. So I'm going to flip through this with you cover to cover. Let's take a look. I'll show you everything I've got in there, what I use each notebook for, and some of my favorite accessories and things that I use with this. Let's go planner gawking. Can that be a new hashtag? Hashtag planner gawking. Yes, that's a good one. All right, let's planner gawk. I have the charcoal colored On The Go folio. It is a synthetic material. It is not made of real leather. If you're wondering, I've gotten some questions about that. I don't know the exact components of the synthetic, but it is synthetic, and I have it pretty much stuffed to the gills. So we're going to go through it. We're going to flip through it. I also have my planning pouch. I'll show you what I keep in there. I don't tote this around the house with me. I usually just keep this in my nightstand, because that's where I do the bulk of my planning. But it's real pretty, so I wanted it to be in the opening shot there. First thing you see is the planner charm that we got as a part of the Erin Condren swag at the Go Wild Planner Conference. Was this little Wild for Planning charm. It actually came in a longer chain, and I just used some jewelry pliers and shortened it so it would be a cute little thing like that. They do sell charms on their website. They don't sell that one. That was an exclusive thing for Go Wild attendees. And we pop right in. You can see I've got it loaded up with 4 notebooks, and it does have 4 elastics, so that's as many notebooks as you can fit in. You can do the trick where you rubber band in an additional notebook, but I'm telling you, if you're using the Erin Condren notebooks, you can see, like, it's pretty full. I think it would be hard to fit in another notebook. The cover would start to not cover all of the notebooks, if that makes sense. I have lots of Erin Condren stuff in here. So I have the large sticky, what do they call these? The large clear sticky corner pockets. And these are just adhesive. They come already, they already have adhesive on them. I have one in the front and one in the back. Now the one in the front I have loaded up with the stylized sticky notes. This is the new Kaleidoscope ones. I cut off the part that has the coil part in it for you to like snap it into your coil planner, because it didn't bother me having it on there, but I find that without it, then I can tuck this better into the pocket, and the little flat flags don't get, it's hard to explain, but they don't get caught on it then. And I don't use I'm not using a coil bound planner right now, so that works well for me. I use these sticky notes quite a bit for making notes for future dates in my daily planner and just notes in general. So I have one of the daily planners. These come in 3-month increments. You can buy them in a set or you can buy them individually. I have the April to June one loaded in right now. And that's really all I need to see in my planner at any given time. I use my phone. I use iCal for all appointments and important family gatherings and special events and travel because I always have that with me. I don't take this around with me everywhere that I go. So I've got that. I've got one of the Color Block Dot Grid Petite Journals, which is their kind of bullet journal style one with the page numbers and everything in it. I've got a wellness log, and I've got just a regular line journal. I have another corner sticky pocket adhered into the back here with a note from a friend that is very important to me that I like to look at. And I flip through this every day because I write in every one of these books. Well, I don't write in the Bujo notebook every day, but I write in this last notebook is my daily journal. So I usually have this flipped out so I can see the sentiments on the other side, but I'm keeping that just for me. Anyway, and then in the back here I have little Go Wild adhesive pen loop. That's from Villa Beautiful, and my absolute favorite current pen that I'm obsessed with are the Villa Beautiful pens. They are beautiful, and they are an ink, like a rollerball ink pen. I love them. I love them so much. And this is the Go Wild one. So let's go through and I'll show you what is in every notebook. So in the first notebook is my planner. It's my actual daily planner. And you'll see I have a couple things tucked in there. So how I use this is when it's just out on my desk, I'll leave it open to the day. And now that we're at the end of the month, it will flip over, but it won't just like lay open by itself. But I just leave it like that, and then it's fine. What we're going to do is pop this out and show you how I use it to plan in. So at the end of the day, when I do my planning, I do it, and when I'm turning and winding down for the night, I will open this up and I will go just kind of cross-reference my iCal with my monthly view, and just so I make sure I'm not missing anything, and then I'll go in and plan on the days. And I am using this every single day. I absolutely love it. And I am using some stickers a little bit. So I started using this planner in mid-April. I've been in it about 6 weeks now, and I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. It took me a little time to kind of figure out what I was going to do with this, how I wanted to use it. For the first couple of weeks, I just used it in terms of categories instead of time blocking. And then I got inspiration from Jen McIntosh from Wildflowers and Marbles on how to use it for time blocking. And you'll see I start kind of experimenting with that. And then I really hit my groove in May. Here's Go Wild. I really hit my groove with it, and now I am loving it, and I've really kind of found my style with it. I'm hoping you can kind of see my style. I'm loving using stickers a little bit again. I'm not stickering quite as much as I did when I was in there, kind of like a traditional life planner, and I was doing full sticker spreads, but I love having it. Just makes me happy. I'm 36 years old, and I think it's okay to use stickers. Like, I really do. If it brings you joy, if it helps you with your tasks, if it just motivates you, use whatever tool you can. So I'll just give you a sense of what I do. So here's the month of June. You can kind of see how I've been using the monthly layout. Now this particular planner comes with little sticker sheet like this, and then I bought additional ones. They actually sell the stickers separately as well, but it comes with one sheet like this with birthday stickers, which you can't see anymore, and celebrate stickers, to do, reminder, and then a couple of little icons and things like that. And so I use these mostly in my monthly spread because they're teeny tiny and they're like made to fit in here. So any appointments, I'll use an exclamation point, anything that's kind of a reminder note, I'll use an asterisk, anything, fun that I want to remember, a star, something special, a heart, and those are all included in these you buy separately, but they're all included in there. And then I use my Munchkins. I love my Munchkins. I have been obsessed with Once More with Love Munchkins for years now, and I'm so happy to be using my stash again. I'll just give you a quick look at what I've got. I've just ordered a couple new sticker albums from Happy Scrappy. I can't remember exactly where I ordered them from now, but that I'm going to be able to fit my whole collection in. And some people might think it's silly. I think it's fun, and I love them so much. I even she made me custom Bunzie munchkins years ago, and I bought like so many of those because I love them so much. She might have given those to me as a gift now. I can't remember exactly, but I use them every week to remind me of when I'm watching Bunzie. It's a little reminder. Anyway, you can see it's just fun, but it's also practical. This is my at a glance. Like I said, I still use my iCal every single day, and that helps me. You know, I always have my phone with me wherever I go, but writing it down really solidifies plans for me, and that's why I like using a paper planner. It just helps my brain. I've been using the sidebar for goals for the month or things that I want to accomplish. I think I did that in May. I'll just give you a quick look at May too. And sometimes I don't get to everything, and I have to, push that on to the next month, and that's just fine. And then here I will show you, well, here's a good look at what like a typical weekday looks like and a typical weekend looks like, because the weekends are on one page. They don't each get a day. And I know that was a big pet peeve of mine when this first came out. I was like, why would they go to the trouble making a daily planner and not put in a full day for each weekend day? And it still is a pet peeve. It really is. But I've made it work for me, and it's actually, it's kind of helping me focus my attention more on family time than on work time. Honestly, when the kids were much younger, when they were babies, I used the weekends a lot to work. When they napped a lot, I would do most of my filming and editing and stuff like that during the weekends when I knew Don was around and could grab a baby, if they needed something at a moment's notice. But now I try to squeeze all of my work time during the weekdays into when they are napping or when Cece's at preschool, that kind of thing. How I use this on any given day is that first I go in with a list, and this is just pure brain dump style. It's just a to-do list, things that I know I want to accomplish that day. It can be things I do every single week, that day of the week, but I want to remember them. And it really just helps me kind of frame my day if I write everything down. Then I go in with a time block, and I write in my own times. I have my morning, midday, evening. So I do a 5 a.m. to 10, 11 a.m. to 4, 5 p.m. to 10. That's kind of generally what any given day looks like during the week. And I do write down the meal times. Honestly, I originally thought I was going to write in what the meals were, but then I started using the meal planner, so I don't do that. But that just kind of helps me give me a sense of what that chunk of time is. Of course, I know I have breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day, but that just helps me with my time blocking, know that, okay, well, between prep time, sitting down with the kids, helping Donnie with his food, and then cleanup, I know it's minimum an hour, usually 90 minutes total to do all of that, and that just kind of helps me plan out my day. And I don't, I have everything written down by hour, but everything doesn't necessarily follow exactly in that hour. It's just a general time planning tool that I use. And then what I do on the weekends is then I will do a little time blocking on the kind of notes section, because I usually, like I said, I'm not trying to do any work or anything like that on the weekends if I can swing it. And then I have my brain dump to-do list on the side. So I hope this gives you a good sense of what, here's today, what this looks like for me. I do use these little magnetic flags from Erin Condren. They come in a set of 3. I really like these for the petite planners because they just clip onto one page. You can only clip them on one page, but they don't take up a lot of room. And when you're sliding them in and out of the folio, they don't get caught or fly off like other clips would. Like, I love my Peach Palm fuzzy clips, but they would just fly right off if I had them in there and then, was pulling it. I don't know if that's making any sense. If I was pulling it out of the string here. Now, just a user tip, I always place mine where the seam is. So you find the center seam, so you're in the middle of the notebook, and voila, in it goes. That page is getting a little beat up, to be honest. The paper is not as thick as the normal Erin Condren Life Planner paper, and that's something I would be interested in seeing them changing a little bit. I don't get bleed through because I don't use markers in this, but if you were going to use anything other than a regular pen, I'm pretty sure there would be quite a bit of ghosting, which I know can bother some people. I also have the Kaleidoscope dashboard. Now this, this was sent to me for PR, and I wanted to find a way to use it because I like the idea of the dashboard for mapping out my week. I mainly use this on Sunday to kind of write down anything we have scheduled, anything going on the week, the kind of week at a glance there, and then just a basic checklist for the week. And there's a little tracker that I use for a water tracker, and I do use the Erin Condren fine tip wet erase marker set for that as a planning tool, as a weekly planning tool. So what I did was, again, I just cut off the part where the coil part was, the little like nubby coil thing that so you can actually snap it in, because it's a snap-in dashboard. And I just use this basically as a big bookmark for my day. Of course, I also have this little thing in. Sometimes this doesn't make it back into my planner, and sometimes it's just floating around. But it is nice for easy, quick flip. In order to take the notebook out, I do have to remove this before I take the notebook out, otherwise that would get stuck. Okay, moving on. My second notebook in here is the Color Block Dot Grid Petite Journal. Now this is my bullet journal replacement. If you've been following me for a while, you know I was in a bullet journal for 2 years, and I absolutely loved it. And then I just needed to do something else. That happens sometimes. I talked about this a little bit in the beginning of the video, but I still love the concept of the bullet journal, especially the collections. I find them so helpful in my just kind of goal setting, general planning, life, I don't know. And I love that they came out with this notebook. It was when they came out with this particular notebook that I went into the folio. I was like, okay, I can do the folio if I have this notebook. Because it's set up like a bullet journal. It has the index, it has the numbered pages, and it has the dot grid. That is pretty similar to the Leuchtturm, which is the notebook I was in. So what I've done is I've pulled out my favorite collections from my bullet journal and put them in here. And I'm kind of hoping that this will last me for at least a year or two, because I won't have my planning in there. My other notebooks, my other bullet journals had my actual planning in them, my daily lists and everything. So I'll just flip you through real fast. This is very reminiscent of what I used to do in my bullet journals. It hasn't changed that much, but I have my current year and upcoming year at a glance here, and I've used a color code to just kind of map things out. I've got green is just regular holidays. Purple is immediate family birthdays. Those are just really standout dates. Pink is immediate family anniversaries. Blue is travel that we already have planned. And then orange is Cece's preschool important dates. So those are dates she doesn't have school generally. Then I've written out everybody's birthday by month. This helps me because at the beginning of the month I sit down when I'm planning out this monthly spread, and I'll go in with my little happy birthday stickers, and I'll look cross-reference that, and I'll put in everybody's birthday. And then I will go through each day, and whenever there's a birthday, I'll add that in on the day. And this is just helping me be more on top of birthdays, which is something that's important to me and something I've just really not been very good at in the last few years. I used to be super good at remembering birthdays and being on top of that, and something I want to be better at, so that's kind of why I'm doing that. I also have important family anniversaries in there. I have my 2019 New Year's goals, which I shared about in my last Bujo notebook update. This hasn't changed. I basically just put that in here. I use some of my Erin Condren stickers in here. I should mention that in addition to the Munchkins, the only other stickers I really am using in my planner are the Erin Condren designer sticker books, and then I have a few kind of extra ones that just are floating around. But here you can see using the flags and stuff. I really like these. I think they're really nice, and it's really the only other stickers I've been using in my planners at all. But I really like the Erin Condren ones because they're so vibrant and they have cute sayings on them, and they're useful. So there's that spread. I have my Level 10 Life, which I did a new version of, and this is basically where you designate different categories that are very important to you, like your fundamental, core, personal life stuff, right? And for me, I've got family and friends, personal development, spirituality, parenting, marriage, career, giving, contribution, physical environment, that's like my home, health and fitness, and fun and recreation. And then you go through and you think honestly about if you're rating how you feel about where you are in those categories right now on a scale of 1 to 10. And my charts, I've done 3 of these now, and I feel like they've gotten higher and higher. So something's working, so that's good. Then I have my project like memory keeping, which again, something I just copied from my previous bullet journal. I want to have this page dedicated to other albums that I work on, but I haven't kind of figured out how I want to map that out yet. I really need to get my button gear with the memory keeping. Like I need to get back on it. I was on a roll for a while, and I have let it slide, and I miss it. So that helps me with that project. I have my plant-based resources, which I will do something, a video or blog post or something about someday. A new thing this year is a book list, like books I want to read, and I'm hoping to really make that a priority starting this summer. I have a huge book stack I want to really dive into. Video suggestions from viewers. Whenever I feel stumped on what to film, I just reference that, and if you ever have any suggestions, this is where they go. And then I'm probably going to add in a few other, I'm going to add in a lot of other things, but that's what I've got so far in the bullet journal one, and I love this because I can just keep this, and even as my calendar changes, this will stay the same because this is a little bit more timeless. And like I said, I'm kind of hoping this will take me at least through the end of the year, if not into 2020. But whenever I finish it, I will make a new one if it's still working for me at that time. I have the wellness log. Honestly, I'm not really sure if this is something I'm going to stick with. I've been doing it for the last 6 weeks, and I like it all right. It's just, I don't feel the need to track what I'm eating. I'm not on a specific diet or weight loss plan or anything like that. To me, it's just kind of interesting, and I have been trying to clean up my diet a little bit to just be a little bit less processed crap, to be honest. So this is helping me with that, but I don't know how much longer I'll be using this, to be honest. This actually has places where this has places where you can like put in a picture, you can do all your measurements and all that. I haven't done that for any of this. But if you really, really, really want to take charge of your health, I think this is a really cool tool, and I believe there are 6 months. I haven't counted, but I believe there are 6 months in there. And then lastly, this is my daily journal, and this is what I use to just write in every day some notes about the day, things that I've noticed about my kids, anything important happening, and then my gratitude. I do 3 gratitude points every day. This is personal, so I'm not going to flip through that, but I'm finding I do 1 page a day, and I'm finding that the journal is going to last me about 3 months, so it goes well with how long the planner works for, because it's a 3-month planner. And that's everything in my folio. I absolutely love this. Like I said, when I write in this, I take each notebook out. I don't write in the notebook in here. I love the Erin Condren notebooks and folio. They're beautiful. But I found that when I was using an actual traveler's notebook, like the Midori one, I could actually write in the notebook because the paper is so fine and the notebooks are so thin, and it was just a little bit more flexible. I don't mind taking them out. Like I said, I really only write in this in the evening before bed. I do tend to work in the planner a little bit throughout the day. Like I check things off for sure, and sometimes I'll add things in. I don't pull it out for that unless I need to like actually pull it out and write a lot of stuff. But I love it. I love, 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 love it so much. And it's just my new favorite thing. While we're sitting here, I did want to show, I showed you the stickers that I have, my Munchkins. I love, which I need to organize better. Oh yes, I wanted to show you my planny pack. Okay, so let's move those guys out of the way. So what's in my planny pack? Here we go. I have got those dry erase markers, another Villa Beautiful pen. In fact, I think I have 2. This is another Go Wild one, and this one was from the Chicago Planner Conference, and that's how I first learned about these pens and became obsessed. My whiteout tape, this one's just from Staples, cute little tiny one. I have this random mild liner. People call them midliners, and it says mild liner on it. Do you see that? Where's the camera? It literally says mild liner, but everybody calls them midliners. I find this so confusing. Jen Dufour actually gave me this to try because I really wanted to try them. And then, whoops, I have a random ribbon I thought I might use as a bookmark in a journal, but I haven't. And then I have my favorite for the bullet journal notebook is the Tombow Mono Drawing Pen number 3. This was my favorite pen when I was in a bullet journal specifically, like exclusively I should say, and I still use it for that. I meant to mention that the paper in that notebook is different than the paper in the other petite journals. It's thicker, it's nicer, and it has a slight creamy tint to it. I have this little ruler, which comes in real handy, and I'll link that on Amazon because I get asked about that quite a bit. And then I have this is actually the set of 10 markers that they launched with the new planner that came in this box. But the box, I don't need the box if I'm keeping them in the planning pouch. I just really like these colors, and this is what I use whenever I use a marker in my folio in any way. And I just keep this this lives in my nightstand, which is, like I said, I do most of my planning in bed when I'm getting myself ready to rest. That's how I finish up my day. And that is everything in there. I absolutely love this. It has really made a huge difference in my planning lately, and it's been my go-to. And I'm actually, now that I've shown you it, I'm actually thinking of expanding upon it. In fact, I definitely am, because I already purchased a few things, and I thought I would just show you. So I'm going to be expanding to 2 folios. One that's just for the journaling stuff that will stay at my nightstand. My daily journal, my wellness log, my personal diary, which I don't write in all that often, but I do have it. I just have it separately. And then also I bought this checklist for a tracker. I'm not sure how I'm going to use this yet, but it's a really cool, here, I'll just open that to show you. It's a really cool notebook that has just basically whole bunches of checklists. So this could be a tracker, this could be for goal setting. I'm not sure what I'm going to use this for yet, but I bought it because I'm interested in it to be part of the journal folio, and that would just stay in my nightstand. And then I got a second one I don't know which one I'm going to use for which yet, but here I'll just show you how pretty this turquoise one is. They come in 4 colors, by the way. The charcoal, this kind of tealy color, a champagne color, and a black, I believe. And I had it embossed with my initials, or blind stamp, whatever I never remember exactly what that's called. So I don't know if that's going to be the journaling one or the planning one. I'll figure that out later. But I'm going to put my Daily Petite in there, my bullet journal notebook. Then I'm also going to have this monthly planner for content planning, and then just a plain journal for specific notes for projects I'm working on. So that's kind of my plan, and I will come back and show you these if there's interest after I've moved into this system and see if I like it. I mean, the system in itself is really working for me. I'm finding I want more, and I can only fit 4 notebooks in there. And I don't need to have my journals with me, like my health journal and my private journal and my daily journal. I don't need to have those with me with my planner. But I love that when I'm traveling or on the go, I can pick and choose which notebook I want and put it into the folio I want. And it's just so easy. By the way, the folios come in these little dust bags, which I think are super cute. So I just wanted to show you guys that. Anyway, like I said, I'll come back and show you in a few months' time if that's working for me, if you guys want to see the kind of folio 2.0 for me. But yeah, I'm really loving this system so far. What did you think? What did you think of my system? Does it look intriguing? I'm really loving it, and I'm so happy to have found my new planner path for the foreseeable future. I am definitely more of a creature of habit than a flip-flopper. I know a lot of people flip-flop through planners, and that works for them, and that's totally cool. I tend to invest into a system for several years at a time. So I was in a bullet journal for 2 years. Before that, I was in an Eric Condren for I want to say 3 years, and before that I was in Ring Systems, like a Filofax kind of thing, for a few years too. And so it's like every few years I need a reboot, at least historically up to this point. And this has been my latest love, and it's just, I'm really enjoying it. And I wanted to share some of that love with you, so I have a little giveaway for you. I picked up some of my favorite things to share with 2 of you. This will be one of my standard giveaways that's open internationally, one for a week. You can follow the link below to enter, and then the winners will be selected at random, and I will contact them via email, but I'm giving away 2 of each of these things. So the Champagne Folio, a Daily Petite Planner for July through September, the Wellness Log, the Bullet Journal Notebook, a lined notebook in the kaleidoscope pattern, so beautiful, the sticky notes with this kaleidoscope pattern on them, the sticky corner pockets, a pen loop so you can put your pen in, a planny pack, and then a little collection, samplers of my favorite sticker shop, Once More With Love, the Munchkins. Different selections from those, so you guys can give those a try too. That's the giveaway. Like I said, link below if you want to enter to win. I would love to share these things with you. I honestly wish I could get one of these for each of you. I really, really wish I could. Maybe someday. We'll see. You never know what life will throw at you. Maybe one day I'll have my Oprah moment with the folio. I'll be like, you get a folio and you get a folio. Anyway, I really do hope you enjoyed seeing inside my planner, and as I mentioned, I'd be happy to come back in a few months' time once I've settled in to the 2 folio system, because one won't really be a planner. It'll be mainly for journaling. But I'd be happy to share that with you guys if there's interest in seeing how I've kind of expanded on that. Anyway, I hope this was fun for you to see, and I'll have links to everything that I can below. And I think that's about it. So I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you all have an awesome weekend and happy planning. Bye, you guys. Take care.